Have you ever wondered why so many people all over the internet are attributing such amazing benefits to the movement of NoFap? There are many testimonies of guys that claim how powerful this tool of NoFap can be when it comes to social anxiety. In this video we are going to dig deep into the reasoning behind one of the most desired benefits that NoFap will give you. We will understand how abstaining from porn can have a huge impact on our well-being in social settings. Mainly, there are three factors that will be influenced by abstaining from PMO. First, a chemical rebalancing of the body and brain. Especially when it comes to the neurotransmitter and hormone dopamine. The fundamental purpose of this chemical is to motivate us to seek out reward. Simply put, dopamine is of utmost importance when it comes to getting things done. Without enough dopamine in your system, things like working out, studying for school or doing chores, or any other hard or boring activity, won't be easily done. While using porn and masturbating to it, a huge amount of dopamine will be released in your brain, which has been shown to come close to the dopamine output seen in people using heroin. Through repetitive PMO behavior, this extreme presence of dopamine will cause a decrease of dopamine receptors in the brain, as it tries to cope with and regulate the abnormal overflow of dopamine induced by porn. No matter how much dopamine a behavior now elicits, the lower number of receptors will make it impossible to have their normal effect. This now low amount of dopamine has been shown to be in correlation with depression, ADHD, low general motivation, fatigue or low energy, brain fog and bad memory, low quality concentration and focus, low self-esteem, and most importantly, social anxiety. Dopamine will also influence other hormones in the body. Prolactin is a hormone that shoots through the roof after pleasure, and which can stay elevated if triggered often. There is an inverse relationship between dopamine and prolactin. If dopamine is low, prolactin is usually high, and high prolactin is again shown to make you feel sluggish and demotivated. In other words, it makes you feel content with life, even if you are a non-achiever. Besides that, elevated levels of prolactin are found in people that suffer of social anxiety. Low dopamine also has a negative effect on testosterone production. Those hormones promote each other, which basically means that when dopamine is higher, testosterone will also be higher. Lower levels of testosterone are linked to lower sex drive and libido, hair and muscle loss, and an increased body fat percentage, low energy, and most importantly, it has been shown to be again in correlation with social anxiety. The second reason, physical and metabolic changes to the brain. Hypofrontality can be observed in all manners of addiction and compulsive behavior. This means that the frontal part of the brain will literally physically lose en masse and show lower levels of activation. This is the higher part of the brain, our executive center, where we are able to do the things that make us distinctively human. Not only will you be lacking cognitive control, abstract thinking, the ability to solve problems, etc. It will also become much harder to regulate your future behavior and say no to behavior that is of no positive effect in your life. Getting rid of the antisocial behavior of PMO will allow this part of the brain to reforge neural connections and become stronger. In the long run, this is going to enable you to use the important skill set that is offered by the frontal lobes in better ways, when it comes to social anxiety. The third reason, psychological changes and changes in behavior. Most people are not too comfortable, when it comes to their habit of porn usage. Stimulating yourself in often perverted ways, alone in a dark room, and watching other people having sex, at the computer or phone screen, will not lead to a confident self-image of yourself. Those acts of perversion, and the often involved hypersexuality, which basically means, thinking about sex all the time, is going to erode your self-confidence steadily. Excluding PMO behavior out of your life, is going to make you more confident and more action-taking, as any achievement that is worthwhile, will undoubtedly raise your self-esteem and motivation to live. Every day, the incremental changes that are happening to our body, brain, and psyche will reawaken the desire to be social. You will literally start craving social interactions, as the body demands natural ways of dopamine release. And what happens if we do things repeatedly? We get better at it. The new social behavior will reinforce itself, and become easier and easier, day by day. Regardless of the damage the addiction has caused to your life. Starting today, you can make the decision to change your life for the better. Just take the first step. And then let the recovery take its time. And be sure that the results will come, if you are patient and aware enough.